Today we're going to answer some of the anonymous questions that you asked me via Tellonym. Now I have all of the questions here and I just want to get straight into it. So let's start with the first question. Who can you count on? I'm going to say that I can count on myself because I know myself inside and out. I know that I am a reliable person. I always have my back. I always got me. I want the best for myself. So when I think about it, I am the person that I can always count on. Something that instantly makes you like someone. I personally think there is no one thing that can make me go, oh, I really like that person. Because usually it's a combination of things. So, the person might be funny, smart, intelligent, they may have wisdom, they may have knowledge. All of that kind of stuff for me is what usually makes me really admire and appreciate someone. I also like honesty, compassion, trustworthiness, loyalty, someone with a sense of humor, someone who's funny. But if you take those qualities and separate them and you have one person who's funny and smart, it doesn't necessarily mean that's going to make me really like them. I might or I might not. If you take another person and they have a few of those qualities as well, let's say they're really trustworthy and they're kind, it's not necessarily going to make me instantly like them. So it depends on the person. It depends on the situation. And for me, it's all about a vibe. If I'm vibing with someone, then that's all I need. It doesn't really matter about what qualities they have. But usually I tend to like people who are, like I said, smart, intelligent, compassionate, trustworthy, loyal, all of the good qualities that you would want in another person, basically. Next question is, what did you do last weekend? So last weekend I hung out with a friend. We went to Hyde Park and we just chilled, we talked, we walked, we just had a bit of a catch up because it had been about a month since we'd last seen each other. So yeah, that's what I did. Next question is, do you have a best friend and who? So I don't have a best friend, but I have a few close friends or people that I would consider close. And the reason I don't have a best friend is because I look at it as something that I used to do back in secondary school or primary school. That's when I would have best friends. But I think calling someone a best friend, it kind of just puts them up there. And it's kind of like, what about your other friends that you're also close to? So that's why I don't call people best friends. However, I do notice that when I'm in a relationship with someone, they naturally become my best friend. It's hard for them not to. And when I think about it, every single serious, long-term and committed relationship that I've been in, that person has also been my best friend. So I guess since I'm not seeing anyone at the moment, or at least at the time of recording this video, I don't have a best friend either. So yeah, to make a long answer short, the answer is no, I don't have a best friend. How would your friends describe you? Well, my friends would describe me as being sarcastic, sassy, cheeky, bubbly, intelligent, very logical, practical, confident, kind of uncaring about what other people think about me. I'd like to think they'd say I'm intelligent and and cute. Yeah, I think that's how they would describe me. Answering this question myself made me want to actually go and ask my friends how they would describe me. So that's what I did. And this is like a moment of truth to see how accurate I was, I guess you could say. Makes the video a bit more interesting. So I'll insert a few audio clips of what my friends had to say about me.
If I were to describe you, I would say you're quirky, thoughtful, spiritual, and the way you come across, you appear to be level-headed, you don't rush to conclusions.
You're very bubbly. You have that kind of joyful demeanor that just comes out of you, innit? You're very intellectual, curious. So you like to dig into things that are deep and then you actually want to explain it, which is pretty cool too. I don't know what the word I'm thinking. Maybe another word for entrepreneurial, because you set up your own, what's it, YouTube? You're trying to set things up and do things, kind of businesses, things like you take action, you're a person of action, in it, and then you're pretty good at communicating and sorting things out, organizing things. So yeah, you have a lot of skills, and I guess also you're into that, what's it called, new agey spiritual things. So you acknowledge the spiritual realms. That's, I guess, what you might say, spiritual or spiritually inclined.
Samara is a very kind and open-minded individual who is willing to try anything, willing to listen and understand and learn about people and things around her, and not afraid to ask questions and point out any faults or inconsistencies without prejudice. Samara is sassy at times, but very positive and always looking for ways to improve herself and help others improve too.
So, in my perspective, you are very understanding, friendly. You try to look at everything in a positive manner. You're super wise, and I haven't seen any flaws yet, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I have nothing bad to say, to be honest. Yeah, that's about it, I think. I mean, the other thing is you're very spiritually awake, which is awesome and very rare as well, so it's cool.
Oh my god, I don't even know what to say. After listening back to all of those comments about me, it just makes me feel so all gooey inside. Like, people are so sweet. So I just wanted to make an actual video, because what I was going to do, I was just going to say thank you in text, because obviously this footage is made after the video that I made, and yeah, I just thought it would be easier to do that. But I think all of those sweet comments deserve an actual personal video. So thank you so much to all of you guys who contributed. It's very much appreciated. I'm just going to go away and keep smiling to myself. So yeah, on to the next question. What's your favourite place to shop? I don't really have a favourite place to shop at, if I'm honest. Like, I don't have many favourites in anything. If I see something and it happens to be in one store, then I'll go get that thing and I'll really like it. But I won't make that store my favourite store just because it had an item or it has items that I really like there. So I'm not sure how to answer the question. I don't have a favourite store. I guess if I had to think of my favourite type of store, it would be a charity store, because you can get some really cool items there and you can also give back to charity. Do you remember what your favourite game was as a child? So my favourite game as a child, are we talking computer games, board games, video games, or are we talking games that you would play out with your friends? Because that's just like a whole other thing there. But games that I used to play with my friends, let's see. When I was younger, let me think about this. I want to say it was hide and seek, but that's pretty cliche. I'm pretty sure it was hide and seek. That was one of my favorite games I used to play with my cousins and my friends at school. And then I also used to love Kiss Chaser. Don't know if you've played it, but basically the way I played it is the boys would chase the girls and try to kiss them. And if you got kissed, you were out. And it was like a silly little way of, I guess, if someone liked you, then they could show it to you by chasing you down and kissing you. And I must have played that when I was in primary school. Like, all I remember is that I was very young, and it was quite funny as well. So yeah, hide and seek, Kiss Chaser, basic games like Simon Says. So I can't remember what this one's called, but basically you have one person who's standing at the front here, and then you have a bunch of people standing behind them. And when the person turns their back on the people behind them, they walk towards the person. And when this person turns around, they have to freeze and stop. And if this person catches these people moving, then they're out. Oh gosh, can someone please tell me what that game's called? Because I used to play that a lot with my cousins, and yeah, that was pretty fun as well. So yeah, there's those games, and then when it comes to video games, hands down, Halo has always been my favorite. I love old school games such as Bomberman and Crash Bandicoot, Mario Kart, Zelda. Fahrenheit as well, I really like that, and Fable, Half-Life, Forza Motorsport, any of those kind of games. I'm pretty into competitive gaming. Well, I mean, I used to be into it, not so much anymore. I haven't properly gamed in ages. But yeah, if I had to choose, it would be competitive gaming, first-person shooter games. That's my kind of thing. And then when it comes to board games, Monopoly, hands down, and then Frustration, and then Scrabble, and then what are some other games? I think Battleship as well. I think that's what it's called. So those kind of games, that's the kind of stuff that I like to play. If you had a shop, what would you sell? So if I had a shop, I would sell... I really should have thought of this. I would sell... what would I sell? I could sell advice. That's what people buy nowadays, right? They're always asking people for advice on how to make money, how to have a passive income, how to better yourself, become the best version of yourself, how to have more friends, how to, I don't know, get the job of your dreams, how to do this skill that you don't know how to do yet. So I probably literally set up a whole store for advice for people to buy. And this is something that people already do these days, but when you think of getting advice from someone, you don't think of it as, oh, I'm gonna just buy some advice from this person. But literally, I would have a store and you'd walk in, it would look kind of like a bookstore, and you'd have all kinds of different pieces of advice, and just like you can look on the back of a book to kind of ascertain what it's about, you would get a preview of the advice as well, and you could see the price of it at the bottom of it. So yeah, it would be a store for advice that you can literally walk into and buy. And yeah, you can take a browse as well. I might also sell some hot drinks, not coffee because I personally don't like coffee. But yeah, any hot drinks besides coffee, you could buy that and, you know, sip on your hot drink while you're getting your advice. That's just totally random. It's the first thing that came to my mind. I mean, I'm also into metaphysical stuff and esoteric kind of things. So I could say I would have a store for tarot cards, for books on astrology, for potions and this and that, but that's a bit too cliche for me, like knowing myself and what I'm into. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the first answer. I would have an advice store. So yeah, I think like I said, that's gonna be the last question because the other questions are a bit detail orientated. I think I will need to give it a bit more time for me to, you know, give a decent answer. So I'll leave you with what I've done today, and I hope you enjoy. And if you have any questions at all, please direct them to my Tellonym. I'll leave the link to it in the description of this video, and I hope to see you next time.